Welcome on in, everyone. I'm DC, and today we're going over the pre-production phase in the TTRPG AP production steps. First thing you'll note is that everything has instructions. You can click there for an overview of what all the listed items below do. And eventually, when this video is done and edited, there will be a link to it right here. Welcome into the pre-production checklist and task board. If you need instructions, they're right here. Click the arrow, and this describes what's going on in the production checklist on the left side and in the task board over on the right. And here again is another spot for the video when it's done and edited. Now on the left is your production checklist. To use the list, click in the box when a task is done, and it'll cross it off for you. When you're ready for a new list, go up to the button and click New Pre-Production List, and a new list forms here. To get rid of the old list, go down into any blank space on your Notion, draw so this box appears, highlight it, all the old list, and then hit Delete, and your new list is ready to go. On the right side of the page is the pre-production task board. This is a feature in Notion, and to form a new task, just click the button that says New Pre-Production Task. It will open up this page where you'll see the current status. You can assign it to somebody in your cast and crew database. I'm already in the cast and crew database, and we'll show you how to fill that out next. Click that. You can assign a due date, say the Friday after this video is made. If you need to add more properties, you can, and you can add extra information here. You'll want to title the task, so I'll title it Find Editor. Then click it at Close, and now under the To-Do, I have Find Editor. I see it's assigned to me, and I can move it along to Progress and Completion. If I click the calendar view, that will show me the due date for every task. So as you can see, I have Find Editor due on this Friday. When you're done with the task and you don't need to see it anymore, you're getting ready to put in new tasks, click on the three dots there, go to Delete, and get rid of the task completely. If you need to change what a button does, move your cursor over near the button, and this little gear will appear. It's the Edit button. Or the button, amazing that, click it, and now this is what happens every time you hit the button currently called New Pre-Production List, and go in, and you can either backspace, hit delete to get rid of an option that you don't need, or add options that you do. Then when you're done with that, click Done, and then every time you hit the New Pre-Production List, your list will appear. If you need to change what is going on in the New Pre-Production Task button, again, gear pops up, Edit button, and here we have the instruction Add Page to Pre-Production Task List. You can see it has these properties of name, naming the task, assign who it's for, and you can put in add another property if you need it to edit another property, and then this just tells it to open this as a new page right away. If you want to change any of that, there you go. When you're done with your changes, hit Done, and then every time you hit the button, your changed page will come up. Okay, let's move on to the next step. The next part under pre-production is the cast and crew database, which is right here. Click that. That'll take you to this handy dandy database. Again, there's instructions and a spot for when the video is done where the link will go. All right, as you can see, I've already added myself to the database, and when you are ready to add someone new, hit Add Cast and Crew. This page will pop up. You can assign them roles. Now you can enter in a new role here if you want to, and it'll just appear in this list. So say, okay, now I have an editor, and they're also my overlay artist, and mark if they are cast or crew. That is important to the views in the database. And so this should be their name. I'll just put me again. If they are a character, when we get to the character database, you can put this here. You can fill out their email, whatever their social happens to be, a website. And if you want to keep track of what seasons they've done this role in and what episodes, you can do that. You can also type in extra information about them. You know, like DC is cool. And if you want to put a picture in, you can add it here, or you can click add cover and add a picture. And then if you switch to gallery view, that'll show up there. All right, when you have this information done, click away, and now you have this other entry here. Now if you click crew, everyone labeled crew will appear here. Click cast, everyone with the cast tag will appear here. If you have a guest, make sure you tag them with the guest tag, and they will appear in this view. And finally, here's the gallery view. And you just show them, oh, look, DC is cool twice. I mean, it must be true. And if you change their cover, this is where a picture of them would appear. And so just different views to make the information more convenient for you. Now, everything in this database will go to every other part of this project. So please take your time and fill this out. Feel free to add roles that make sense for your project. And once you've duplicated this project into your own Notion, you can change whatever these do by clicking on them. If something doesn't make sense for you, by all means, change it. A thing about Notion is that this first property on the left will always be there. You can't hide it. You can change what it's called, but you can't get rid of it. Even if you move it, it will always be, when I click add, and it'll always be this untitled thing, whatever this is. So I put in Aaron, and as you can see, Aaron comes up right away in this. So whatever you do with this property is what the untitled thing here will become. If you wish to get rid of an entry, go to its left, click on the little checkbox that comes up, and now you can see this trash bin appears. Click delete, it goes away. And for demonstration purposes, I'm leaving in my entry so we have something to pull from in the rest of the project. The last thing in pre-production is the characters database. Click on that, and now you can set up the characters for your campaign. So click add character and character name, Bob, played by, and now this pulls from the cast and crew database. So as you can see, it will pull up my name, and the rest of your cast and crew will appear here. So select whoever it is, and now there's a link to my page in here, and level, species, class, background. You can change these to whatever you find useful for your story at the time. And then if you have a link to the character sheet, you can put it in here, or whatever else you want about the character. Click close when done, and you have the database filled out. Now this level is a text field, so that if you're multi-classed, you can actually type in the words. As you can see below, I have 1 bard, 2 cleric. This level field is a text box, so you can type in bard or cleric. If it was just a number field in Notion, you could only type in a number, and you couldn't type in any of the letters, indicating that there's a multi-class going on. Okay, that wraps it up for characters, and that's the end of the pre-production steps. Come back for the next video, which will get into production. See you then.